Welcome to lesson 2.5. This is the fourth and final of the four primary criteria on how to find hot selling product opportunities on Amazon.com. And this final criteria is known as ease. There are a few components to this criteria. Number one, we're going to look at the weight. The weight of your potential product should be less than 2 pounds. The second thing we look at is the size. The size should be small. And the reason we look at both weight and size is because both of these affect shipping cost, especially the weight affects greatly the shipping cost. So we want to make sure that it's not too heavy so that our shipping costs remain minimal and they're not too much. The third thing we look at is durability. So you want to make sure that your product is not fragile. You do not want to get, for example, a glass product or a product that can break very easily. So durability is very important, especially if you're sourcing from a country internationally, such as China. There's a long route, there's a long path and journey that that product and that inventory is going to make. There's a huge risk of it breaking on that very long journey. So that's why you want to get products that are very durable and that don't break easily. Number four, we're going to look at simplicity. So that involves a couple of things. Number one, there are not too many parts, or it doesn't require too complicated of an assembly. And secondly, we're going to stay away generally from electric products, especially for your first product. This is my personal advice, especially as the holidays are approaching, especially if you're trying to get your product up as soon as possible. I would stay away from an electric product because you have to do much more research and you have to be much more involved in a product that's electric, especially if you're sourcing internationally. So I'd advise you to stay away from that. It's not a good level of simplicity. It's more complex and not too many parts, not too much assembly. Keep it simple. That's the fourth criteria, or that's the fourth component of this criteria of ease. Number five, you're gonna make sure that your product is easy to source, not only to source but also to private label. And that's it. This is a pretty simple criteria. It's the fourth and final one, ease. And let's just recap everything we've gone through. That first, weight should be less than 2 pounds. The size should be small. And the reason for those two things is because of the effect that they have on the shipping cost. Number three, durability. Don't get a fragile or glass product, for example. Number four, simplicity. Something that doesn't have too many parts, it's not too complex, or doesn't require assembly. And that you stay away from an electric product, especially for your first product, to keep things as simple and as easy as possible. And number five and six kind of go together. It's easy to source, and it's also easy to put your logo on or easy to private label. All of these things contribute to this final and fourth criteria of ease. And one final thing with regards to implementation, some of these things are self-explanatory, meaning that there's no place on the Amazon listing that you kind of have to find, such as durability. Just by looking at the product or the type of product, you can tell whether or not it's durable or whether it's simple. But a couple of things, the weight and the size, both of those things you can actually find on the Amazon product listing page under the product details. So it'll give you the weight of the product, it'll also give you the size. So with regards to weight, less than 2 pounds, that's all you're looking for. With regards to size, generally most products will not go over or exceed the size of a normal size product on Amazon. But I'll include a link under this video that'll take you to the page where Amazon discusses the size restrictions for products that you can send to its warehouses. So go ahead and check that out, and I'll see you in the next lesson.